going to Florida to a brand new TCC member, Alex Smith. Alex, first of all, welcome to TCC, and you are on with Heather Monahan.
Thank you so much, Scott. It's awesome group. I was joking with Megan behind the scenes. Your Rolodex is amazing, man. You have Heather and all those names at the beginning. Just phenomenal. Heather, it's so nice to meet you. Your story resonates with me. I've been following you just as maybe long as Scott. 2019, I think I saw you in the BYLR group I'm a part of with Jesse. And you were doing some like morning bananas with Jesse, kind of fill in for him. No makeup on or nothing, just raw, natural you. And I just love that about you. You are just awesome. And I resonate with your story because I was laid off in 2019. 130% of my sales number, 150% on the way to it, and 7 years at the company, and 5 minutes it took them to just lay me off. And it wasn't me, it was them, the whole thing. I don't know if I had a villain like yours, but my question kind of stems from that, is that it took me 400 days to get a new job. COVID came, I had a lot of life stuff. I'm going to get kind of vulnerable. I don't know all of you, but my father got diagnosed with leukemia in October 2019. And while I was searching for a job, I actually lost my dad in 2020. So I've struggled with confidence, getting highest of highs, lowest of lows. And so my question for you has to go with confidence, because I now have a job. I'm thriving. I'm doing awesome. I started a podcast, but for the longest time, you were somebody that I wanted to ask, but I struggled with even getting the confidence to even send you an email to invite you. But on the other flip side of that, I've interviewed, I've sent an email to Dan Pink, and he, randomly agreed to jump on my podcast, so it's like, I struggle with asking people. So my question is, my long-winded question is, how do you get out of a rut when you've gotten a little success and maybe you need to give yourself that confidence when you you probably, I assume, maybe have doubts. How do you help yourself in some of those times when you are doubting yourself to really?
Yeah, of course. Listen, I'm always going to the next level. I'm always stepping into fear. So of course I have doubts. If I'm not doubting myself, I'm not pushing myself, right? So that's, first of all, yes, cheers to you, Alex, for pushing yourself out of familiar into unfamiliar. You're on the right path. The best hack that I can share with you is hold yourself accountable. When I wanted to write my second book, I started doubting, but I could do one book, but could I actually do multiple books? Would anyone buy the new book? Do I even have it within me? And the minute I started doubting myself, I went to social media and I posted everywhere. I'm coming out with a new book this year. I'm so excited to share it with you. I didn't know what it was going to be called. I didn't know what I was going to write, but I knew, Alex, if I hold myself accountable to people out in my community, they're going to come back to me, whether it's haters or people who love me. They're going to be like, hey, what's up with the new book? What's the date? They're going to hold me accountable to my goal. And so I really reverse engineer social media in that way. Now you have TCC, like you have this group right here that you can say, and put it in the chat, Alex, tell us what you're going to do next. Like, what's the next big thing you're going to go for? So your team and your crew and community here can help hold you accountable. And often, like, Scott is the most connected person in the world, as you mentioned. He might be like, your goal might be to get some person XYZ on. He might be like, oh, no problem, I know that guy. But no one's going to be able to help you if you don't put it out there. So drop it in the chat. What big thing are you going for 2022? And frankly, everybody should do that so that we all hold ourselves accountable. My book will be out in Feb. That's a big one. That's really exciting.
Love it.